and I can't wait to see what they do with it next.
I know. I don't know if you keep up with the rumor mill, but there's like one popping off about Charles right now that he might show up in Doctor Strange.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Get nothing to say on that. Can't
Yeah. It's so I feel for like people like Andrew Garfield who've been doing so much press lately, and then there's rumors about him showing up in movies and he's just like, no, not in it. Like, leave me alone.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They're doing it because like the actor has to say no, and we're used to the actor saying no, and then they do show up. But I'm saying no, and I mean it.
I'm saying no, and I mean it.
Continuing our MCU coverage on this channel, today we're going to go over the biggest leak yet for Multiverse of Madness, aka Doctor Strange 2. Now this leak is so freaking big, I would compare it to, careful for spoilers, I don't want to ruin your movie going experience, is never my intention. So I would compare this leak to being as big as Tobey and Andrew scene in 4K. It literally confirms everything we know if you watch content like this that goes over plot leaks, that it very well could be true because who's just come out and confirmed it. So, yo, what is good YouTube? Warstu here. If you are new around here, please make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the Marvel DC content we do on a daily basis. Also, if you subscribe to the channel and turn notifications on and like the video and share it, it really does help this video get seen by more people. Also, if you want to see the beautiful face behind that smooth voice, just go over to Instagram and check us out on there at Warstu. Also, if you could, check us out on Twitter, WarstuG, because I've got like 5 followers over there and it would be much appreciated. So as we know, just like with Spider-Man No Way Home, there has probably been more leaks to do with Doctor Strange 2, but a famous person in the comic book world, Rob Liefeld, the guy behind Deadpool, has literally confirmed the biggest leak yet to do with Multiverse into the Madness. Now, is this part of the actual unofficial marketing? We don't know, because it's just like with No Way Home, Marvel Studios and Sony did absolutely nothing for the 90% majority of the leaks that came out. They could have taken them down, but they did absolutely nothing. As we know, the list of alleged cameo roles for this movie is absolutely insane. I hear that even Warstu is gonna, not Warstu, I keep trying to make this really unfunny joke. Even Leonardo DiCaprio's name is getting thrown into the equation to be Spider-Man. So, on an episode of The Big Thing with Kirsten on YouTube, Deadpool creator himself, Rob Liefeld, shared his thought and hype and discussion surrounding Doctor Strange 2 Into the Multiverse of Madness. Specifically, he addressed how fluid the movie core story currently is and the chatter about the rumored online cameos. When asked, he had this to say: here's the deal, you know, I want to know, have either of you been caught trying to sneak into screeners of Doctor Strange 2? They are testing the shit out of this movie, which confirms the Disney in-house testing was true, and we already know this. Liefeld admitted not only is Marvel testing the movie on a regular basis, but the majority moments seen in those test screeners are leaked out in the world fully before it's released. The thing is that they're testing, it's all getting out. We're all guilty of hitting those hashtags there. Also, that one guy, because here's how I know. Whilst rumors are pointing to Multiverse of Madness, including the majority of major crazy cameos at every turn, Liefeld made it clear some of it is actually happening and that people have seen it already. I think it's safe to say some of the stuff you've just seen out there is happening. It's been seen. And so, dude, give us a lot of that, which is interesting. So he's confirming some of the information out there. So some of the leaks are actually real, but we already know this, but it's just like affirmation, someone of his stature and someone of who he is saying it. But he went on to say there's more cool shit. But yeah, Doctor Strange, to answer the question, you know, whatever they're testing, I kind of feel like each result, each test that's being reported in the press is, we need to put cool shit in the movie. The Deadpool creator ultimately said he knows the Fox-centric material, some of which has been leaked online. You want me to see it 6 times, bring some of the Fox Marvel stuff in it. I know some of the level of it is already there. I have just revoked entry to every Marvel press you know. So he's basically saying by him confirming this, he's going to get blacklisted to the Marvel press screeners. And to be fair, this is something they do. I shouldn't really say this, but I was technically blacklisted temporarily by a studio at one point for literally a thumbnail which I used after the movie had officially came out. I shouldn't really say, I was temporarily blacklisted by a studio. So I know blacklisting definitely does go on. So careful for spoilers. So he says the X-Men stuff is real. So what is the plot leak saying about the X-Men? So as we know, there is a pre-viz, pre-render image that went out of Patrick Stewart X-Men taking on Wanda Maximoff. And this is part of the Illuminati storyline within this movie. So he's literally saying that's true. He's kind of saying, yo, Deadpool's also in the movie. But the ending of the movie essentially goes something like this. Wanda finally finds her children, but they belong to a slightly younger version of Wanda. The Wanda is the sister of the Quicksilver from the Fox X-Men universe. Wanda kidnaps the children and goes on a rampage through the Fox universe, which is now also breaking. The Fox X-Men show up. The three Strange team up against Wanda. There is no fix to the MCU in Evil Strange's universe. Evil Strange goes insane and fights Strange and defends Strange. He ends up killing himself out of guilt. Movie ends with Wanda sacrificing herself, merging the MCU and the Fox X-Men universe together. The MCU is now retconned so that mutants were always there from the start. Yeah, everyone thought Kevin Feige wasn't going to use any of the original actors. Oh, interesting. Seeing as we've seen Charlie Cox, Matt Murdock, Mr. Lawyer in Spider-Man No Way Home. So yeah, basically, if Kevin Feige says anything ever, I never actually believe him, because there's been multiple instances where he's come out and said something and then you actually look into it and he does the complete opposite. So it was like, yo, Netflix Daredevil, he ain't coming, and all of a sudden he comes through. But it is interesting that he's only confirmed the X-Men version of the part of the movie, but that's quite a pinnacle part, the part of the Illuminati. I mean, there's even some plot leaks with Magneto in them, and then you talk to people that have actually watched the movie or indirectly watched the movie, and they're pretty much saying very similar things to everything else. We know so much about this movie without knowing anything about this movie. We know this movie is exploring the multiverse using the Darkhold. Without the book, this movie doesn't really have any kind of narrative standpoint, hence why the book was introduced in the first Doctor Strange movie, then massively introduced during WandaVision. That's why it would have made much more sense for Doctor Strange himself to appear in WandaVision, but he couldn't do that due to, we don't actually know what it's due to what is happening in the world. So Marvel never officially says anything, but Marvel officially hasn't even said anything really about Doctor Strange Into the Multiverse of Madness, what it could be. They've tried to allude in the first trailer that Evil Strange is going to be the overall villain. Liefeld speaking definitely about the leaks and rumors surrounding characters and shocking moments should amp up all my audience to thinking every single plot leak is now real, because indirectly he's pretty much said, yeah, the rumors out there, they are true. So the main narrative is Wanda is the villain, but as we said in the video a few days ago now, it could be a massive storyline to do with the Midnight Suns and to do with someone else controlling the book. The evil Elder God could be really the overall villain and introducing the post-credit scene, because I don't really believe these post-credit scenes, if I'm honest. Yes, Cleo being introduced, yes, Doctor Strange getting a third eye, but there's got to be a bigger, greater threat, because as we know, this movie will have some impact, and there's also some ending scenes where Kang the Conqueror, who was introduced in season 1 of Loki, we know officially he's going to have some kind of love interest in Loki season 2, so there's going to have to be some intertwined connection, I love saying that word on this channel, to do with Ant-Man 3. So there's got to be, because obviously the next movie lines up in this kind of saga, allegedly, has got to be Ant-Man 3. So it is interesting when people comment on a video going, yo, this is made up, you're just making up for views. Literally, no one posts on YouTube. You don't post a YouTube video if you don't want anyone to view it. That's just nonsense, guys. So when people are like, yeah, you're just making stuff up, it's like, guys, really, every single video on YouTube people post for views. No one will post anything online if they didn't want anything out of it. It's absolutely ridiculous when people say stuff like that. The comment section does make me laugh, and I really do appreciate the love and support. So the biggest things to do with these leaks that people are getting mad about is the Tom Cruise situation. And how I know the Tom Cruise situation is real is because Marvel hasn't done anything. I'm not going to put these images in this video, but if you want to find them, they're easily found on Twitter or Instagram. There's multiple images of Tom Cruise in a green screen with a motion capture suit on. We know he is going to be a variant of Iron Man, but for some reason Marvel hasn't done anything. Now, I've told you previously how Marvel are restricting content creators by saying, yo, if you talk about leaks, we're not going to give you early access and we're not going to let you come to the red carpet event. And that's cool if you want to be like, okay, Marvel, I won't do it. But it is interesting how Marvel is trying to control the narrative whilst not really controlling the narrative, because unless you've got a really big platform, a big following, they won't even look at you. But it is interesting because I would say these leaks going around about Doctor Strange 2 Into the Multiverse of Madness are more true than No Way Home is. But the issue here is this is a much bigger movie with much bigger ramifications, because everything is leading into Secret Wars and Avengers 5, Young Avengers, you know, with Wanda's children. It's all building up to something much bigger and much, much greater. But what I do find interesting is the line in the interview when Rob Liefeld says, yeah, I'm probably going to get blacklisted from every single Marvel screener now, but let's just say it anyway. So yeah, there is multiple previs images, concept art that have somehow found it onto the internet. Now, I personally believe, and I've spoke to a lot of creators behind the scenes and in private, and they all kind of agree that we do think this is part of marketing. This is like an indirect form of marketing. Somehow it gets on the internet, because I still don't believe the 4K image of Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield somehow got online and it was taken from someone on set and magically no one knew who did it. I still think we're in a different age of marketing now, where content creators, Reddit, 4chan, all this kind of stuff comes into play, because it's no mystery that most of the stuff on 4chan, when it comes to this stuff, comes true. You've just got to go back to Avengers Endgame and Infinity War. The first 10 minutes was leaked and put on 4chan a week before the movie came out. It's all part of marketing. So Rob Liefeld, if that's how you say it, because you guys love saying I don't know how to talk, which I find interesting, because the English language and American English language is it's very, very different. But the moral of the story here is, make sure to subscribe to the channel, make sure to follow us on Instagram at Warstu, and make sure even more to follow me on the Twitter sphere. Is most of this information is coming out. These mind-blowing level cameos, the X-Men cameos, have literally just been confirmed. But does this mean he's confirming the Patrick Stewart one, the Hugh Jackman one, obviously Hugh Jackman Wolverine, the Deadpool Ryan Reynolds? That's got to happen, because his movie hasn't even started shooting yet. So in order for him to stay relevant, he's got to come through the multiverse somehow. And also, I may tag, you guys keep getting annoyed with me, but I keep tagging the James McAvoy clip on at the start of the video. And obviously, Sophie Turner is also supposed to apparently be in this, and Jean Grey is supposed to have a massive fight with Wanda. So this X-Men part has at least got to be 10-20 minutes, because it's not just Professor X. There's a bunch of X-Men in this. Apparently Magneto is also supposed to be in this. So X-Men Dark Phoenix going against the Scarlet freaking Witch. The cameo roles is getting so insane, guys, that I'm starting to really love making this content again. You might be getting spoiled for Doctor Strange 2, mixing it up. It's confirmed that Professor X is definitely in this movie, but he definitely doesn't show up in the Spider-Man scene. Not very many right now. It's also getting reshooted. It's fairly extensive ones. And the new young actors they're introducing isn't teasing anything or testing anything. So they're redoing a lot of stuff. I believe there's a black Captain America and a Captain Carter that shows up, but that's all I've got for now. So that's going back to mid-August last year. Now, if you look and line up and see what's happening, the supposed Super Bowl trailer is Captain Carter. Interesting. Professor X stuff, definitely true. As for the Black Captain Marvel, I don't know about that. I mean, I really don't know about that. I really do like looking at these cameo roles, and I mean, you just look at the timeline for these events. Like, you look at the Mr. Fantastic stuff, and that goes back to weeks and weeks ago. But yeah, as we get close to this movie, it's still a long while off. We've still got a lot of leaked kind of plot leaks, a lot of rumors, a lot of discussion-based videos to do, but I am really, really enjoying this. But I do think it's very interesting that Deadpool appearing in the Multiverse of Madness rumored early 2020, and now we have Mr. Rob Liefeld coming out saying that the X-Men part of the leaks is absolutely true. It is fascinating. So likewise, guys, check us out on Instagram at Warstu if you want to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice. That'd be much appreciated. Also, check us out on Twitter or WarstuG. And this coming Sunday, the Super Bowl, we allegedly have an insane TV spot that's going to be 30 to 40 seconds. Then, according to people on Twitter, 2 to 3 weeks later, we're going to get a full-fledged trailer. Now, this confused people because they're like, yo, we're getting a trailer at the Super Bowl. No, you're getting a TV spot which is like 30 to 40 seconds. So let me know, guys, does this change anything? Is there going to be a Kang the Conqueror moment right at the end of this movie? Is he going to appear and kill everyone? I don't know. I don't think he will. I'm just, talking rubbish now. So likewise, guys, I'll catch you in another video. Thank you very much for spending a few moments with me. If you got this far in the video, #Team Warstu, and I will catch you in another video very soon. Catch you later.